We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So Cardi B teased that she's already back in the studio working on her next album and next tour. Okay, but she hasn't even finished her second album. Does she owe the label money? Is that why she's working on a next tour already? Let's take a listen to what she has to say.
On my next tour with my next album, I'm gonna perform for 5 months, bro. I'm gonna have this shit to the T. Like, this is my first tour, this is my first production, and it's amazing. But I cannot wait to put out the next album, and I cannot wait. I'm already putting things in my head for the new production. I'm gonna go fucking crazy, and I'm gonna go crazy. Like, I cannot fucking wait. Like, I really love this shit. Like,
now, allegedly, Cardi B is planning to drop something, not necessarily an album, but something in 2026. There's a lot of big artists gearing up to drop, Camel Face is coming, Champagne Thickums is coming, Beyoncé is coming, Megan Thee Stallion and T0UR are allegedly coming, and Doja Cat said she was dropping her V album, the deluxe. Okay, she dropped the original album last year, it flopped, but she dropped in the deluxe. So Cardi B got some heavy competition. But my thing is, if you're already preparing for another tour, usually when an artist do back-to-back tours, that means that they owe the label money. And it's no shade. For example, I can give you an example. When Champagne Thickums signed his $500 million 360 deal with Universal that he tried to get out of, and there's no shade to him, but he tried to get out of the deal. That's why he sued Universal. They're still in a lawsuit together because he's mad that they promoted Not Like Us, even though, he does big business with them. But the reason why Champagne Thickums puts out an album every year and tours so much is because when they give you that $500 million, you got to pay them back. So to me, I'm thinking, does Cardi B owe the label some money? I mean, she had not put out an album in like 10 years. So, and let's not act like that album she just put out was doing well. We got the receipts for that. The album is not doing well at all. And so with that being said, this is probably why she's going to be touring for 5 months after just doing a tour. Usually you take a break. But maybe she just likes performing. Beyoncé do back-to-back tours recently. But she's also put out back-to-back albums, So we'll see what happens. We'll see if, Cardi B drops this album and how much it's going to do first week. Let me know if you think her next album will sell 200,000. Her last album, Am I Delusional, did 199, so she was close, but will she get the 200K for the next album? Because technically she didn't do that for the last one. Now, moving on from that, allegedly, Cheetah Panties, aka Scratch Off the Baby Mama, is not happy with 21 below average behind the scenes. You may be wondering why. She was just bragging about him on Paper Magazine, saying that their relationship ain't going nowhere and that's her man and she not clearing up no rumors. Well, she's been getting clowned because 21 below average had a public relationship with Amber Whore many years ago, and that was very public. They went to what was it called? The Whole Festival or the Slut Festival, whatever it was called. They went to that together holding hands. And a lot of people are clowning her, saying he was public with the biggest thought in the industry. How comes you are a secret? Now, he recently posted her, but he wasn't claiming Scratch Off like he claimed Amber Whore. Okay, let's be very clear. He said, I'm a hoe too. He was holding hands with her. They was going to events together. He doesn't do any of that with Scratch Off. And he hasn't even claimed the baby. But that may soon change because allegedly Scratch Off is one day planning on publicly, showcasing her relationship with 21 Below Average. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, I know in the interview, she said that, she wanted things to be private. She didn't want everything to overshadow her music career. But I feel like the relationship, like I said before, is getting overshadowed anyway because nobody's buying her music. I don't even remember one bar from Business and Personal. What's the bar in that song that everybody's talking about? Now, I see people dragging the Alfredo line that she said, but people are dragging it. People are not reciting it like that. Now, a fan said on X, Rihanna said a B word never, ever had to use lip gloss on it. That's in Sex With Me on Anti. And, people understood what that meant. Basically, she kept it cute and classy. But Scratch Off saying the only thing Alfredo is my coochie when I sex is so crass, rough, and unladylike, okay? Now, let me know how y'all feel about that. In my opinion, first of all, Rihanna doesn't write her own music. So, allegedly, Party Next Door wrote that. So, it doesn't really matter. Rihanna doesn't write her own music. Scratch Off is a rapper. So, rappers are technically more explicit in songs than pop stars. So, there's the difference. If you want it to be extremely radio friendly, especially as a pop star, you can't be super explicit. Even Rihanna, she was explicit the way she dressed, but not necessarily in her lyrics all the time. She made rated R lyrics, but, it wasn't too explicit. Now, Michael C. Dan, who stole Beyonce's music last year while she was on tour, has decided to decline to take a plea deal. Instead, he is willing to go to trial, which is set for September. In court, he told the judge that he was rejecting the plea deal and that he wanted to go to trial. I don't know if he's trying to prove his innocence or he may be trying to meet Beyonce. That could be something he's trying to do because, he looks like a weirdo, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. He looked kind of crazy. But basically, last year, after he stole Beyonce's music and got arrested, he somehow thinks he is not going to face the consequences. Now, Beyonce's choreographer, Christopher Grant, and one of the dancers said the thieves broke into an SUV last year, July 8th, 2025. And they stole numerous items, including jump drives containing unreleased music, footage, plans for her show, and past and future set lists. I wonder if this thief stole Act 3 set lists. I hope that's not the case. I do think that the thieves need to be held accountable, and maybe it was somebody that he was around. He might not have taken the music and the footage, but he definitely know who did. That's probably why he wants to go to trial. But either way, you still got to pay the consequences because you are guilty by association. So you need to either go to jail or pay a fine. If I was Beyonce, I would sue instead. But he probably ain't got no money. So jail time for you. I doubt Rock Nation is going to let you get away with this. I doubt it. No. You doing time. Now, it also has been reported that Beyonce is in Japan working on a visual project that will be directed by Mahfouz Sultan. Okay, let me know how y'all feel about that. So Beyonce is bringing the visuals back. And I think she's doing that because, Beyonce like to go against the grain. She's doing this strategically because Billboard changed the rules and YouTube videos, like music videos, don't count towards the charts. You know how Beyonce try to be all different and shit. Now that it don't count towards the charts, she want to act like she care about visuals now. And she want people to focus on the visuals before she wanted people to focus on the music. Now that the visuals don't count towards the charts, she want people to focus on the visuals. But I'm here for that. And here's the thing. I feel like it needs to be spectacular because you didn't give us visuals for Act 1 or Act 2. So you definitely owe us. Now, moving on to Zendaya. Unfortunately, it looks like Zendaya is being sabotaged. Now, a lot of people are speculating that TMZ is being paid to run a smear campaign against Zendaya. They posted several negative articles. One is with the director of the drama, who allegedly admitted to dating teen girls in a essay that he wrote years ago. So they somehow added Zendaya's name to the article because the drama is starring Zendaya. But she has nothing to do with what the director did in private, right? Not only that, but unfortunately, TMZ also posted a negative article based on the plot of the movie, which is basically Zendaya's character confesses to powing at school. Oh, wait, I don't think I was supposed to tell y'all that part. But y'all can still watch it because I'm not going to tell y'all what's going to happen at the end, okay? So we don't care about the plot, is what happens at the end, okay? That's the most important part of the story. So the point of the matter is we do need to support Zendaya because the word on the streets is that Euphoria producers are paying people to post negative things allegedly about Zendaya. That's what the people are saying on the street, because Zendaya is not promoting Euphoria, which is coming out in the next 2 weeks. And then it also was reported that Zendaya is no longer predicted to win the Emmy for the lead actress in Euphoria. Now, she's won 2 Emmys for Euphoria in the past, but now for season 3, she's not predicted to win an Emmy, okay? For Euphoria, at least. So a lot of people allegedly are speculating that Sam Levinson, one of the executive producers for Euphoria, is pulling strings behind the scenes because Zendaya is not promoting Euphoria, so he's sabotaging her a little by little. Let me know how y'all feel about that. Well, here's the thing. Like I told y'all before, we got to support Zendaya. Make sure you guys go watch the film. We don't care about the plot. We care about what happens at the end. And we got to support Black and biracial artists. Now, moving on to J. Cole. He is going through clearly a humiliation ritual. And he does another interview with Carmelo Anthony and basically admits that he is not the best rapper in the game, which we probably already knew.
Songs like how I say I'm the best on songs. It's like, ask me in real life, do I think I'm the best rapper alive?
Do you think you're the best rapper alive?
Bro, it's a nigga named Black Thought that exists. It's a nigga named Lupe Fiasco that exists. It's niggas that on any given day, even my peers, a Drake or a Kendrick, where it's like, yo, I know on any given day I can show up to the studio and give these niggas 80. But I know they can show up on any day in the studio and give me 80. And I might only have 30. Like, so if I'm taking on a rap persona, like when I'm rapping, of course, that's what I like to, that's how I like to rap. And guess what? Sometimes I hit the mark and I say shit and I spit a verse that really might have you believe in that shit. But if you ask me in real life, do I walk around like I'm the best rapper alive? No, nigga. Like I'm the best ever? No. But when I put on that motherfucking cape, like that's how I try to attack shit. And have there been things and moments and verses where I'm writing this shit and I'm like, I know niggas not fucking with this. Absolutely. But in reality, do I walk around this earth like there's no nigga better than me in real life? Like I can't get in the studio with Black Thought and he just give me 90. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there like, I got 25 for you. You know what I mean? Or any one of these amazing rappers. But I think people hear me say it because they don't know me for real.
And artists that think that they're the best and they know that they're the best. Okay? Not even just a thought. They know that they're the best, like the Nickys, like the Kendricks, like the Beyoncés. They know, if you ask Beyonce if she thinks she's the best artist right now, she's going to say yes. Maybe not in an interview, but she definitely would say yes. Nicki would say the same thing, and so will Kendrick, because they really believe what they're saying. If you don't really believe what you're saying, it's just a persona and you are pretending. And that's what J. Cole basically admit that he's been doing. He's been pretending a lot. What I did notice that he didn't mention Camel Face. Why you ain't mention Hove? Hove can go 90. Well, he's almost 90. But I don't know if he can go 90 now. So maybe that's why. But all this confirms is that Kendrick Lamar is the king of rap. And J. Cole has been removed out of the big three. I removed him 2 years ago. And now people are slowly catching on. Kendrick is the king. Nicki Minaj is the queen. And that's just what it is. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Patreon on J. Cole, Camel Face, Justin Bieber, and Usher, and Diddy on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.